Every real cowboy like myself knows how lonely it is out on the open range, which is why I listen to the Cowboy Boys podcast. With best contractually obligated friends, Shayne Smith and Mac Arthur, the Cowboy Boys will comfort your soul better than any disease-ridden saloon gal ever could. Cowboy Boys.
Max has a new haircut for the podcast. Look at that.
I got a new
Did you
haircut.
compliment him?
I did.
Did you compliment him?
I complimented him yesterday.
There's nothing I hate more than getting haircuts. I think I've gotten one good haircut, and it was from that guy you took me to that charged like $40 a haircut. It was your guy in Utah.
Yeah. He's a hardcore kid. He only does one type of haircut for bikers and hardcore kids, which is the Nazi youth haircut or whatever for white people.
So you sit down and you go, one, please. And he's like, got it.
Yeah, no, he literally
got
goes,
it.
how long you want it on the sides and how long you
Oh.
want it on the top. And then he parts it. He goes, which way do you part it? You part it, and he goes, all right, see you next time.
There you go,
I was
bud.
And listen,
I don't part it.
that's an all-time fucking great haircut.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
look
yeah.
like Lieutenant Aldo Rain. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
have
good.
long hair
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
but
I loved how he cut my hair.
Yeah,
except that it was like $40 a haircut.
that's
Hey,
normal.
you want 40? You want to be happy? $40. That's how much happiness costs.
I went to a new guy because I go to a new guy every single time.
That's my big part of the problem.
It is a big part of the problem.
Yeah,
'cause
that's a huge part of the problem.
I hate getting a haircut, so I put it off for as long as possible,
Mhm.
and then I'm just like move houses.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
well, I
how
guess
long.
I guess I gotta get a new haircut. at
Oh,
the
new barber guy.
Yeah, my old
New
barber.
haircutist.
My old barber died.
That's so
I burned the
funny.
bridges. Like
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
something happens a lot where I'm just like, I gotta get a new fucking haircut.
He also does this thing where he goes, I go, Matt, go to here. He goes, well, they're going to charge me. And then I go, all right. And then he goes to like some Greek guy
Did that
who
Greek guy-
literally can't speak English. And the guy just goes, I cut your hair.
Yeah.
And Matt goes,
I like that guy.
He gave you
charged
the
me, like, $15.
Again, you're putting the emphasis on the dollar amount, not how you feel about the haircut after the fact.
Yeah.
I did. Right before we moved from our last place, I went to this Jewish guy, and he's like, "So you're moving? Why are you coming to get your haircut here? Because if it's good, then what are you gonna do?" And I'm like, "I don't. What are you
cut
trying to
my
get
hair,
me?
man,
Just-
yeah.
Like, what are you?
Shut up.
You want repeat customers, I guess. But I'm moving. I'll come back if you cut my hair well
Yeah.
enough.
You-
I will go up 45 minutes to
Yeah.
get my haircut.
A lot of getting your haircut is finding someone who will learn your hair and stuff.
Yeah. Also, someone you can talk to, or
yeah,
not talk
a little
to.
bit. Yeah, either one or the other.
There should be
Yeah.
There should be a Tinder for barbers. Just
In what way?
and just matching with guys, be like, what do you like to talk about? Or like
Okay,
Uber,
okay.
Oh.
like Uber, and like you rate it. Like, do you want him to talk to you? Do you not? Do you want him to do?
Here's some topics. You get to pick topics, like how in Tinder it says your interests.
Yeah.
Is there going to
Or-
be a lot of guys in the room? Is it one of those barber shops?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
A bunch of hanging out guys.
I
Yeah.
kind of like that sometimes because it takes the pressure off of me to like
Oh, if
chat
you-
it up.
Yeah, if you hold in court.
Because I like to sit there in silence and just soak in the haircut and be mad at what they're doing.
Just sit in silence.
Only one person has cut my hair in the last 3-4 years, probably. I go to the same barber, same guy, Roman at Model Barbers off the Lorimer stop. You should go say hi to Roman. He's my man. It's him in the middle, his dad on his left, and his uncle on his right.
Damn,
Yeah,
dude.
It's
it
a
is a
very good vibe.
I like that.
Roman is younger, obviously, so he's very fluent in English. They all speak English. There's just the tightness of the accent is just a little bit different. But they're funny. They get riffing and like
You have the generational accents.
yeah. It's
That's
really
very
fun. I
awesome.
go in there. They call me Bruce Lee. They
All
don't call me
right.
by my name. They call me,
Oh, they only call
me
you
Lee.
Bruce?
I'm Bruce Lee. They call Mike the Terminator.
Does
But
Mike get his haircut there
he
too?
used to.
Oh,
But
okay.
Mike's hair is all long now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I go in there once a month or so. And they go, hey, Bruce Lee. And I'm like, what's up? And I hold court. If any other guys are there, I immediately let them know that I'm the alpha of the barbershop. I'm
You
the
gotta-
loudest.
Yeah.
I'm the funniest. I really take up a lot of space physically.
See, are you moving around
That's
during
the
haircut?
key.
Yeah, I'm moving around. I'm going to other guys getting their haircut. I'm like, how you doing, buddy? You having a good haircut?
You gotta
Hey,
touch.
I
you
lift,
gotta touch
I lift
everybody.
their apron. I shake their hand underneath it.
I get under the apron. I grab their dick a little.
Hey, what you got going on under
Hey,
there?
what are you going on?
Is your barber good enough? He follows you around, cuts your
No.
hair around the.
I wish he was that good.
Change the channel immediately
Oh,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
TV.
Dude,
I
Just
keep
like
fuck, I keep forgetting to do this. I told them that I was, how there's pictures everywhere?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to get my photo framed and put it up there. And he goes,
like sign it too?
yeah. He's like, you have no idea how many people have said that and no one's ever done it. I keep forgetting to do it because I'm like, oh, I'm the one. I'm the fucking guy.
If you go to, where'd you say again? And then Diego's
Model
picture
Barbers
is not up there.
Yeah.
It's going to be.
For shame.
off the Lormer L and G stop in Brooklyn.
Yeah, there should be a punishment.
There's a. I mean, I have to print. I just have to print a photo. I don't know where to go to physically print a photo.
We'll print you a photo right
Okay.
after this. We'll do it.
Fantastic.
And then when I'll take it to them to get my haircut. I'm like, hey, Diego sends his
That'd be
regards.
hilarious. If you go in there and you're like, Bruce Lee sent me, because I've had
Bruce
people
Lee.
do this. I've had people, because they've gone in and I'll tell them, I'm like, tell them Bruce Lee sent you. And they don't say that. And they go, Diego. And they're like, who? And then Roman
Then
knows,
they
like, we
go-
follow each other on Instagram. He knows who I am, but it's a fun game for him to be like, I don't know who that is. And he's like, Bruce Lee? And they go, oh, Bruce Lee sent you. Yeah. It's very funny. It's a great bit. Sure, sometimes they get into 9/11 conspiracy theories I don't want to talk about.
Whoa.
That's part of the problem.
I'm back in now.
Yeah. Oh, they'll have some. They'll have.
See, this is my problem with barbers. Maybe this is my perfect barber because I always want to. People are always talking like, "Hey, how about them Yankees?" And I'm
Right.
like, I don't care about Yankees. I want to like, let's
How
start.
about this Pizzagate?
Level 1 is 9/11.
Yeah.
Level 2 Pizzagate.
Yeah.
And then we start getting the vampire, emotional vampire, that kind of stuff.
Dude, my buddy Joel Kim Booster once had a tweet that I think about fucking weekly where he's like, my barber keeps showing me porn on his phone. And then I told him I was gay, so now he's just showing me weirder porn. I think about the fucking tweet all the time. It's so fucking
That's
funny.
a really good tweet.
That is, I like
Mac,
that.
you don't need a barber. You need more friends.
Yeah.
The barber's supposed to cut your hair so that you look handsome.
I don't think about this very often, but then I realize I'm like, oh, we're the only people that Mac talks to.
No,
Yeah.
I talk to people online.
Nah, I mean, that doesn't
Firstly,
count.
The people you bully online don't count as your friends.
Yes, we have a very. You can bully your friends.
You're like in a fraternity online.
Just
It's that kind of friendship where you just fucking make kids drink a bunch of water or something.
I would love to have a hazing relationship with all my fans. If you want to DM me, you gotta do something first.
Yeah, you got to videotape yourself.
drinking like you gotta do the gallon challenge and then slide into my DMs.
Yeah.
Oh man, but you see, you won't haze women.
What's wrong? Yeah, women are God's creatures,
There you go.
and they all need to be protected.
He's weird about it.
It's very funny that you're.
What do you mean it's weird?
I didn't say it's weird. I said it's funny. He said it's weird.
Why do you think it's weird that I feel I was put on this earth to protect all women?
Yeah. I think that sentence really kind of explains everything for you.
Yeah, it really does. We both of us had formative moments. I remember being a kid and someone being like, "Hey, we got to do this thing. What's her name is in trouble," and I was like, "Nah, fuck that." I just remember being a really young kid and just being like, "Nah, dude, fuck that bitch. I wouldn't help you if in this situation. I'm not gonna help her because everyone was like, she's a girl, she needs help," and I was like, "Nah, dude, fuck her." And I was the only young kid, and everyone was like, "Shayne, you're not like a, what did they call it?
A gentleman?
No, it wasn't a gentleman. It was like, I don't
Chivalrous?
even remember. Yeah, they were like, you have no honor, and I was like, nah, man. No, that's not what honor is.
Wait,
We think of it differently.
Yeah.
Do you remember what was happening?
It
Gord?
was chivalry, by the way. They were like, you have no chivalry, and I was like, yeah, I don't
That's
fucking
fine.
care, dude.
I'm fine with that.
And then who did that bit that it was Chappelle? Chivalry's dead and women killed it. I remember being like 12 seeing that bit and just being like,
Shaking everything in the house.
Time, dude.
No, see, women are always like, "Where are the good men?" And I'm like, "I'm right here, but we're going to talk about Pizzagate on our first date."
Yeah. You said good men, not perfect men.
Yeah.
Okay. Be realistic. We have ups and downs. We have strengths and weaknesses. Okay. Yes. So what? You're gonna learn a lot about the. I don't know. What's that fucking group called? The
Carlisle group,
the Carlisle group.
the
Yeah.
Bilderbergs,
The Bilderberg group.
the
Yeah.
Rothschilds.
Nah,
There's so many groups.
Bilderberg is what I was thinking about. The meeting in the hotel that they go to.
It is interesting that there are so many people who have different styles of thought regarding this, because there are a lot of women who I'm like, yeah, I'll be if I'm nice to you, it's because I'll be nice to you like a person. Like your womanness
Has
literally
nothing to
gives
do-
you zero privileges to me. Like I'll fucking sleep a bitch.
Yeah.
I do not care.
Because it's patronizing and it's not.
Yeah.
It's ironically not feminist.
And then,
I'm not
but there are a lot of women. yeah.
Mac's like, oh, I wasn't
Yeah,
pretending
I'm
to
not
be
a
a feminist.
feminist.
Oh no.
You're different and it's worse.
I I love women, and that's why I'm not a feminist.
Yeah.
Dude, but
Fair.
I think there are more women into that than my thing.
What's your thing again?
That I just
Equal.
don't
They're the
fucking
same.
Oh, yeah,
no,
yeah,
this
yeah.
is the same.
equal. Fuck it, dude.
We're all
Gender is
trash.
fake. Everyone's equally worthless.
Yeah, exactly.
If someone was
No.
like women or children first, I would be like, incorrect,
No.
motherfucker. Dude, if I was on the
Strongest and
Titanic-
fastest.
If I was on the
Yeah.
Titanic, I'd be kicking kids in the chest. Get the fuck away from me, little ass bitch.
I'd be
No.
roping a bunch of 12-year-olds together to make a raft of children. I'm like, all right, you're fucking
No,
these.
I'd be going around finding the most beautiful women and leading them to a secret boat I had.
Yeah, your
And then
secret
I'm like,
boat.
everyone died. Now we have to go live on a desert island, and I'm the only male left.
Dude, I'd get a bunch of guys and we'd be ripping apart furniture, building a boat.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
that's what I'm
Ooh.
talking about.
Get one of those big cellos that guy was playing on the deck.
Yeah, stop
Give me your
playing-
cello, idiot.
Yeah, what are you playing till you die, you fucking moron? That's
We're-
a paddle now.
That's like that's us on the Titanic. We're continuing to do the thing we love till death, but we just start jacking off on the deck. Like, oh shit! One more.
All of us in a
One more.
circle?
Yeah. Fucking cold ass water. Get the fuck out of here. I don't
Hmm.
care. But yeah, the haircut looks good. We're excited
Oh,
about
thank
that
you.
for you.
Yeah.
I'm
You
what-
ever use any product? You ever put anything in your
I
hair?
never. I'm a very. That's why I like buzzing my head or growing it extremely long. Is because
Mhm.
I'm like I don't want to do anything.
Deal with anything.
I don't.
You're supposed to do stuff when it's long.
I don't care.
I know,
Sure.
but
Have you ever every picture you've seen with me in my hair? I've done zero to it. I am when people are about to put like stuff in my hair. I'm like, no, stop. Or like when they're like about to line me up on the front, I'm like, please do not touch that part
Yeah,
of
yeah.
my
I don't
head.
like that. I don't want to be
Like,
lined up.
Don't line me up. Just I want it to be as little effort as possible, and I would walk around. If I had a better shaped head and was in more in shape, I would just buzz it constantly.
Mm-hmm.
And it is one of those like things where I'm like, oh, I have a full head of hair. I would pick it.
I did that for years because when I was fighting, I just buzzed my. It was to the point where I'm like, I am so fucking tired every day. I don't even want to go to a barber. Like that's how
Yeah.
tired I was all the time. So I was just like, fuck it, shaved it. Don't care. I have a girlfriend, broke up with me, and I'm like, I'm super fucking in shape.
Also, it's really fun to rub your buzzed
fun.
head.
It's fun.
It's a great feeling.
But I gotta tell you, that first time I was in the shower when I had my hair long enough to run my fingers through again, I was like, I wanted to cry.
What?
It was so nice.
Really?
It was 4 years of having a shaved head. It's like, just like it's funny. It's fun for a second, but it's like it doesn't feel very human.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
well,
is some.
I'm not-
There is, dude. Your hair has power in it.
Yeah, man.
Oh, Samson like power. Except, how about like a lady with a shaved head? When they come,
Dude.
most of the time you can't pull it off. It's not your fault.
Yeah.
But some of you, a rare, I would say like 5% of women can pull off a shaved head, and it's just like woo. What are you-
It's most people can't pull off a shave.
Very good point.
I would say
that's
more.
That has nothing to do with women.
I think a lot of men can and are forced to.
I think that
Just-
you are only saying that because you
yeah.
don't want to fuck them.
Fuck men.
Yeah, so you
Yeah,
see
yeah.
him with a shaved head and you go, he's doing
He's
it.
pulling it off because I've never had an attraction to it. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
Dude, when I had a shaved head, I got a crush on this girl who also had a shaved head. I'm like, this can't become a thing.
Why not? You're
Because we
just
look
rubbing
like
each other's
we
heads.
have an agenda if we walk in anywhere. Like it looks
Oh,
like
yeah.
a meeting is gonna take place. So I'm like, either we're never gonna talk or I have to grow my hair out.
Wait, are there skinhead Nazis, ladies? Like,
yeah.
do they also?
Yeah. Oh, we'll just do women. I
thought
mean,
they did that
no.
thing with the two.
Not really.
no,
a shaved
that's
head
Chelsea.
I think they like buzz the back of their heads and have like a front.
But
thing.
that's non-racist skinheads.
Oh, okay.
Is, yeah, you're
Let's
thinking
go
of
Chelsea
sharps.
cuts. Very hot. Yeah, sharp.
yeah.
Very hot.
I like when a
No,
girl
but
has a
the
haircut.
assumption a lot of times is what we're dealing with
Yeah.
of the skinhead you have to shave your head. But no, those girls with Chelsea's are like so hot. It's unfortunate because like the style's like
The
whatever.
the most upkeep I ever had was I had a mohawk for like a week,
Mhm.
and I was just like, I can't do this because I'm a back sleeper, and it was just like
Oh, you're a back sleeper.
I'm a back sleeper.
What do you sleep on?
I sleep on my side.
Yeah.
Which side?
It depends.
I realized I've found out recently that if you sleep on your left side, it's better for your guts.
Yep. I sleep on my left side.
Is that real?
It's better
I
for your
sleep on my
digestion.
left side a lot.
Okay, but you didn't say it, so now I think you're lying.
Yeah.
I do
You
though.
wanna-
Do you sleep with a pillow between your knees?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the fucking move,
Oh,
man.
dude.
It aligns your
have a-
spine.
I sleep with a body pillow. I like
Mm.
I.
Oh,
and if
yeah,
I
the
don't have a
Japanese
body
girl.
Pillow, I
The
sleep with
Japanese
two
waifu.
pillows. I really do sleep with the
I know.
waifu
I
pillow.
saw it. I thought it was a joke, but it's really in your bed. I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah,
that-
yeah, I use it.
How has the Japanese waifu pillow, I want to say, improved your sleep? Has
Oh.
it?
Yeah.
And when you're asleep, does it trick your brain? Do you like feel like you get the like little endorphin boost?
Dude,
Does it boost your tea just a little bit?
if I got it as a joke,
I know.
and then over time I was like, well, it is attractive, and I do love her, and she makes my sleep better, and then the image is of a girl, and then I'm like a big nerd, so fictional characters like mean a lot to me and like live in my head, and then now over time I'm like, this is the best relationship I've ever had.
That's awesome.
Do you when you have a girl over and she sleeps over, where does the body pillow go?
I fucking take it.
Wait,
I go, not you,
not for
bitch.
you.
No, but I mean,
It's Shayne.
It's behind
waifu
you?
girl.
I'm not kidding. Yes. I will.
I knew it, dude.
Well,
It's
but I
awesome.
also-
High five me, dude. I love
Yeah.
you.
Dude, I fucking,
fucking man, dude.
firstly, I have a hard time. I run hot.
Yeah.
Hot. So when I cuddle with a girl, we get sweaty immediately. Also, their hair tickles my face and shit.
Mhm.
But I love to cuddle, I found. But I need it in a certain... So what I do is I put pillow girlfriend in between us.
Nice.
And
A
then
buffer.
I
And-
squish her into the
Oh,
pillow.
I didn't think you were gonna be doing that.
Yeah.
So I have my leg over the pillow, and then my arm reaches out, and I pull her. So like I have the girl and the pillow at one time.
Damn,
Dude.
you're living
That's
like
such an intense example of a weird intimacy. Like, I'll do it, but I need a buffer. I'll be intimate with
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I
yeah,
need
yeah.
a little separation.
What is the explanation? How does that break down when you first be like?
I've never had someone mention it. I've never
You're just-
had it.
I guess when they come in your room and they see all the board games
Dude,
and the
it's
racing
before
wheel.
that. It's when they look at his,
Yeah, yeah.
it's when they look at his face and they're like, "Yeah, I got it. I
Whatever-
know what kind
whatever-
of I'm getting into."
It's so funny because I truly, they just never are surprised. They know.
Yeah.
Just having a conversation, going out with me for
Yeah.
any amount of time, you're like, oh yeah, this guy is a fucking weirdo.
Do you think if you had a real doll, would that be better for your sleep? Would it help
worse?
you worse?
Worse. Oh, the other
I've
way.
been doing jujitsu moves on it when you were gone.
Oh, dude, hell yeah, just beating her
Why
up.
is my real dog's arm broken? Diego's trying some new armbar variations.
You just on top of her punching her titties.
That would be a good way to get a real doll. Just
Yeah.
tax write-off
That's a
for
tax
your
write-off. I'm
business.
doing it for
True,
work,
true.
for my business of fighting people.
I just need a realistic human body. It doesn't work with the mannequins. It's not. They don't work
It's not
well
the same,
enough.
idiot.
When I lived with a girl, the 2 times I've lived with a woman, I did sleep on my back though, because a lot of the time, because I really liked both of them and it felt like comfortable with them, I would sleep on my back and then they would sleep on your chest. Like that's the best way to
Are you
sleep.
saying they like
So
the person, or are you saying they like the girl and the waifu pillow?
No. The waifu pillow. So the waifu pillow now goes over here, and then they go on top, like their head on my
nice.
chest or whatever.
Nightmare.
And so now
Awesome.
I'm like a weighted blanket.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
I get that.
And then I fall asleep, but I usually have, so they fall asleep here, and then what I would do is I would have waifu pillow over here or whatever, and then I would have hand with phone watching YouTube while I try to fall asleep.
Mm.
You know, and then they fall asleep over time.
Nice.
You try to fall asleep looking at something?
Yeah,
Interesting. Well, you're holding it.
I have to.
I do that. I will.
Wait, you'll sit here and do like this and be like, "Man, I love getting to sleep. This is
I'll-
awesome."
Yeah, no. It's like so if I'm on my side, I'm like holding it like, so it's just like up. So when I do fall asleep, it just tilts back.
No. Here's what I
Okay.
do. When I'm watching TikToks and then the phone hits me in the face, I know that I'm so tired that I can't keep watching them. And that's when it's time to put the phone down.
Unbelievable.
When I'm like passing out.
It's really like a pair of 9-year-olds just got bigger. It's insane.
I can't watch TikToks when I sleep because I can't watch anything that makes me laugh. So I have to, because I'll wake myself
Yeah,
up
yeah.
completely. I'm sure
Well-
you guys have heard me just scream
Yeah.
laughing at 4 a.m. I'm sorry, I'm
all right.
loud. But I watch like videos about like obscure ancient battles and shit, and I'm like, I'm learning.
Just more information. I need more information
Yeah,
at
dude.
all times.
I need more information that no one wants, or like I could have learned 2 more languages by now, but I just
You still
know a
can.
lot about small
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
that
About-
no one. Everyone's like, do you, I could just walk into a room and be like, do you guys need to know a lot about how the Philippines fought the Japanese during World War II?
I
Like the
actually
what?
do. I
Yeah,
would
they'll
like
be
to
like,
learn
I
them.
don't
4 guys
know.
in the corner like, "Oh, could you?"
Hey, do you guys need to know about an obscure wrestling instructor that killed a guy in a battle one time?
Ooh.
Yeah, and they're like,
Oh yeah, you mentioned that to me. That was
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
cool.
yeah. I think about him all
See,
the time.
it is good having all that obscure knowledge because then you're like, hey, how about this?
It's a conversation.
It is.
yeah,
It's an
fair.
icebreaker. It's a conversation starter. It's a conversation ender, if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of good places for it.
You're at your barbershop. You're like, I heard about this guy. He killed someone. He was a wrestler.
It's
Yeah,
fun
but-
being at the barbershop and he'll just come out and be like, "Do you think you could beat this person up?" And it's just like a guy from history. I'm like, "Yeah." It's not even a fighter.
Any guy
It's
from
yeah,
history.
No,
So-
he'll be like,
They love you so much.
Yeah.
That
"Oh, they love me.
if I just show up and mention your name, I'll be in.
You'll
the
be
top
in."
t-
Oh yeah,
Oh.
fully be in. My buddy Evan, he asked where I got my haircut, and I told him, I'm like, "Tell them Bruce Lee told you to go." And he's like, "They were so nice to me. They offered me
Dude.
shots. They like."
I'm gonna go in with a U on my T-shirt.
Roman will buy the T-shirt off you. He loves me.
That's
Yeah,
so
it's great.
funny.
No, we'll sit there and be like, "Do you think you could beat up Martin Luther King Jr.?" I'm like, "Yeah, what?"
Dude, Martin Luther King
It's
had a
even a
soft
weird-
body, dude.
Well, it's also just
Women
a
loved
guy.
him.
It's just a man.
I
Listen,
could fuck him up, dude.
yeah,
I
not,
wouldn't
not
do
because
it.
of anything he believed politically. He's just a person.
I
Any
like
man, I
just they're thinking the most famous person. Do you think
Yeah.
you could beat up Helen Keller?
it's truly shit like that. I'm like, yeah, man.
Do you think-
This is my job.
Do you think you could beat up Napoleon? Just
Yeah.
like a small little
Yeah.
Frenchman.
It's like, what?
Hey,
okay.
Napoleon was 5'6".
Yeah, which is average for, if not tall for that history, that time.
It doesn't
it's
matter.
all fucking political whitewashing. All right, sorry.
It is
Uh,
that's true. The English did make fun of him for being he wasn't that small.
And it worked. That's still the first thing people think about.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's short.
He's a short king.
It was really hard to make fun of Napoleon because he was incredibly brave.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's like he's a monster, and it's like I don't know. That's debate. Well, not really debatable. It's true. He was like a warrior king.
If
or
you're
whatever.
brave enough,
yeah,
you're gonna
you
do some
go
awful things so
insane.
you keep getting away
But
with shit because no one's
he-
gonna stop you.
He did do the equivalent of like literally if Joe Biden just went to Afghanistan and was like, let me shoot at these people a little bit.
Oh, shit.
Napoleon did that all the time. He would literally go to
Dude.
like, because his thing was like he was a cannon guy. So he was before he was Napoleon, he was the captain of a cannon, which means there's a group of guys. There's a guy who loads the cannon.
Hold on, can I ask a really stupid question?
Yeah, yeah.
Was Napoleon a title, not his name?
No, Napoleon was his name.
What's his
Okay.
full name?
His
Bonaparte.
full, yeah, Bonaparte.
Bonaparte.
What's,
Napoleon.
his,
Okay,
what's
okay.
his middle name?
I actually don't know. I don't know if he had a middle name,
All right.
but he.
Yeah, the French don't have middle names.
Yeah, yeah. So he was the guy from Corsica, which is like he was Italian actually.
okay.
So he's from a little island that was like owned by France, and then he went to school, and then he became like an artillery guy. So you have a cannon, and then that cannon has a crew, and he was like the little captain of the crew of the cannon, and he was so good at it, like sighting the cannon and then being
Is-
the one to fire.
Is that a
it.
rich guy's game? They're like,
Yeah, you have to
"Oh,
go to school to do that.
I was gonna say if they're like, hey, we're doing war. You're gonna go to the front lines. You're like, I have a cannon. And you're like, all right.
Yeah,
you
go to
can
the
you can
back.
go back
So-
and shoot your cannon.
Back in medieval times, that is how it would happen.
Because-
they'd be like, Kyle has a big fucking ballista, and everyone would be
Yeah.
like, we got to get Kyle to come to the war.
That
I
makes
told you
sense.
my plans for upcoming World War III. I've
Yeah.
been practicing with an Xbox controller and a drone simulator on my computer.
Yeah, you're gonna be
so,
good.
So when they're when people are like, well, we got to do draft because Russia and China are going to attacking America, and they're sending everyone, I'll just be like, I actually know how to fly drones now.
There you go. Yeah.
And they'll be like, how well? And I'm like, better than everyone around here.
yeah.
It's
Better than
like,
these
well,
fucking guys.
Yeah, so it's like, all right, well, here's a Xbox controller and a gamer chair. I enjoy.
He's like, ooh, do you have any G Fuel? No,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
you go.
I'm just gonna be Twitch streaming while
Yeah. What
killing
are the
people.
what are the army rations called? The thing.
The MREs?
MRE
Yeah,
G
yeah.
Fuel.
It's just all it is
Yeah.
just the fucking yeah.
It's just army fatigue color tube. And you fucking open it, pour into fucking shitty water and drink.
So that's my pro tip for anyone
Hell
out
It's
there.
yeah.
really,
dude.
it's sincerely like I don't mean this as a joke. I sincerely think it's a great idea.
It's a good,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
good skill
yeah.
to have in the future.
You
For
should.
future
yeah.
wars.
Dude, and you know what? You and Napoleon a lot. You didn't have a great time in high school. Napoleon got made fun of a lot in school.
For
being
what?
Tall.
For for what? Being a dork.
Just being
Ah.
He was a
Ah.
dork and he was really bad with women.
It's so funny. Even back then, people got made fun of for being.
Oh,
dork. Like, it's
yeah,
such a
yeah,
funny
yeah,
thing
yeah.
to be like, you're not cool. It's like you're wearing socks up to your knees and you're wearing like little pantaloons. You're all fucking dorks.
So he went to private school and he got made fun of a lot. And eventually he went to war in Italy or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And then he was in a cannon crew and he was really good at it. And so then they were like, okay, well, you're good at this. We're just going to put you in charge of the whole battery, which is like 9 cannons or whatever.
Nice.
And then he was super brave and would just like wheel the cannons into range of the enemy cannons and be like, let's just fucking shoot them from here.
Yeah.
And so he would,
Sick.
back
Hell
in
yes,
the day,
Napoleon.
cannons killed the most people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like everyone would line up in big groups and then they would shoot each other with guns, but the guys with the cannons would be like, I'll just point the cannon at that whole group of guys. Fucking I'll delete 25 guys
Yeah.
at once. So Napoleon was like a lot of war back then people don't realize now is that they were like scared to do it.
Yeah.
They would be like, oh, I don't want to kill 25 guys. Like, you have to surrender. They talk, not Napoleon. He would point every cannon down and be like, welcome to hell, sons of bitches, and then just fucking kill everybody.
Was war before Napoleon, like, 20 guys show up and one guy shoots another guy, like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Literally, yes.
All right, we'll
Yes.
talk about this.
All right, you mean it. Okay.
100% that's what war was like.
Okay.
Damn, they
So-
killed 2 of our guys. They're not fucking around. I thought we were just joking. They actually put real bullets in their guns.
I thought we were all trying to avoid our wives for a weekend. We're fucking dying now?
When they go to ancient battlefields, they dig up guns, and the guns are loaded like 8 times over because people would pretend to shoot because they didn't want to kill each other. A lot of the most famous people from history were guys who were like, "Nah, I do it."
Yeah.
Like that's why gunfighters in the Wild West were so famous and killed some people because everyone else was kind of like, "I don't really want to shoot someone," and they'd be like, "Nah, I kill people."
Yeah, I'm a killer.
So that's what Napoleon was. He was just like, "Nah, I'll point the cannon at you and I'll fucking pull the
Yeah.
trigger, dude." So he killed a bunch of people, got really popular, got in charge, and they put him in charge of the army, and he was really cool with his men. But he used to famously be like in charge of everybody, even when he was
Well,
Napoleon.
imagine- Well, I was saying, imagine a guy who got made fun of his whole life, and now he's given, like,
yeah.
power. He's like, you know what? Fucking, these guys are cool. I like them.
Yeah.
It's funny, probably.
He was super cool with the soldiers, but he would literally go down like as the emperor of the world and
Wow.
be like, there'd be cannonballs flying, and he'd be like, "Hey, I'm gonna help you guys out with the guns," and people would literally be shooting at him, the emperor, and he would be fighting with them.
Yeah.
And he did it so often that sometimes like famous generals in his army would get like he would literally be like, "Let's go down to the front," and his generals would be like, "I don't know about that."
Yeah.
He'd be like, "Don't be a pussy."
I
And he'd
earned
go-
my way back
Yeah.
here. I'm fine,
He'd
bro.
go down to the cannons, and like one time, one of his most important generals got hit with a cannonball and like ripped in half.
Jesus.
And then Napoleon was like, "Oh, my bad, bro."
Suckle bleu.
Yeah, fucking Jeff got ripped in half by a cannonball.
Hey, listen, I didn't think it was going to get hit. I've been lucky my whole life. I assumed
Yeah.
everyone around me was going to be lucky. So, Mrs.
funny.
Jeff, here's some gold.
Oh, dude, he almost died a bunch of times. He almost got shot by Cossacks once too.
Whoa.
I think every leader should have to have faced battle.
That was the thing about Napoleon. He only liked leaders who would fight.
Well, I think it was back in I brought him up before. Back in 2016, there was that Democrat when they were still having the Democratic debates.
Yeah.
Jim Webb, and he was polling pretty good. He was like a middle of the ground guy. And they're like, "Do you have any enemies you've made over the course of your life?" And I think like Hillary was like, "I don't know, probably that bitch Monica Lewinsky," and other people were like, and like everyone's making jokes. And Jim Webb's like, "Oh, I think the guy I threw a grenade in that foxhole is probably still my enemy." And everyone was just in like silence, like,
Wow.
And I was like, "That's my guy."
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He's like making a joke. He's actually faced war. So,
Yeah.
and I like like people who fought in war because they're always less likely to send people into frivolous
Yeah,
wars.
they know what it's like. It's
So-
just,
Yeah.
It's just insane.
I hate just all of our world leaders. So if Joe Biden had shot a gun ever,
Yeah.
it would be like, okay, cool. Like, you know what's up.
To Napoleon it just to go. It would be sick if
They should-
people did that.
They
still.
should be on the front lines.
It's annoying because I agree with it, but I also like hate the military and I hate like
Yeah.
so it's like
yeah.
it's annoying like the military industrial complex is the greatest evil in the world and I just fucking want it all to end and it's just like but if you're gonna lead the country you should know the horrors of this.
The military is like a really interesting thing because it is just this horrific monster, but also it's boys club.
It's boys club. Yeah,
It's guys-
it's so funny how it's total boys club and it's just to make money for their friends.
Yeah.
Their friends just happen to own missile companies
Yeah.
and this is what we're doing with taxpayer money now.
But at the bottom, it's like a blue collar job. At the bottom of every evil
Yeah.
corporation, you need dudes who
Yeah.
are willing to get dirty, and those dudes are going to be just
Yeah.
weird, rambunctious,
and I salute
slightly
those guys.
slightly homoerotic.
Yeah,
Just
Yeah,
You're
make
not
it like-
perfect.
Incredibly homo right. You saw the uniforms back in Napoleon times.
Yeah, man. Pantaloons again. High socks.
Were there any
Dude.
cool hazing rituals back in Napoleon?
Yeah.
All right, you got to suck
actually.
off the cannon. fart into the cannon before you launch it,
Dude,
Get
I
your
mean,
farts on before you rip that guy in half with.
There's tons of weird shit like that back then. They were just us,
Yeah.
but in weirder clothes.
I
Dude,
would say
war
better
back
to-
then was apocalyptic though.
Nightmare.
Like literally like no other war would be more insane to look at.
Hmm.
Maybe like in like Roman at the height of the Roman Empire when they were
Well-
fighting in battle lines with tens of thousands of people hitting each other at once. But even then, it wouldn't be as ridiculous as like Napoleon just having like hundreds of thousands of people and like smoke would be filling the battlefield. You would look to your left and you would see like just a line of people as long as you could see, and you'd look to your right and the same, and there would be cannonballs bouncing on the field. The field would be littered with tens of thousands of dismembered bodies and people screaming and dying.
Damn, that sounds like the best way
you
to
would
die.
be
No bidets. Like, what the fuck?
You would be loading your rifle and firing at people close enough that you could yell out to each other and talk, and
Just
you
like,
would
"Duck."
just be shooting each other. Cannonballs would be flying over their heads into you. There'd be grape shot, so like cannons that fire like shotgun blasts that level like tens and or hundreds of people
It's
at
also
once.
funny if you get like just mildly nicked by a bullet. It's like, oh well, that arm is gone.
Infected, I'm dead.
I get scratched.
On top of all of this, at some points you would be fighting and shooting, and like people would be dying all around you, and you wouldn't be able to hear, and you would be covered in smoke, and you wouldn't be able to breathe, and like you wouldn't know how the battle's going in any place, and you would have to stand because if you run away, you die. And then out of nowhere, sometimes thousands of guys on horses would just show up and literally run you over and murder you.
Just
But
beheading everyone.
Sometimes you get to be the guys on horses.
Sometimes you get to be the guys on horses,
We'll
and
never be the
sometimes the
guys on the
horses show
horses.
up, and you and your friends go, "Nah, fuck it," and you just shoot the horses.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
I love that Diego's like, "Nah, kill yourself." Dude, and then on top of that, sometimes during all of this, some guy would be like, "Hey, put a knife on top of your gun. We're gonna go.
yeah.
We're gonna go do this old school style."
Yeah, we're doing a spear gun. All I keep thinking about in the last couple of years is just like the how horrible life is, like how bad it really can be, and then realizing how much of that badness is just human decisions.
Yeah.
It's just us deciding to do worse things to each other. It's like, man, the earth living here is hard enough, and we're like, let's hit each other with sharp things a lot.
Yeah.
It's fucking bummer, dude.
Dude, it's so
Thank
wild.
God, I'm good looking.
I want to go back.
Yeah. I want to go back. I want to make it even.
You want to die in the Napoleonic
Dude,
Wars?
That sounds like such a fun way to die.
Ugh.
Think,
Okay,
about,
if you-
think about bleeding out in a ditch and you just pull out a picture of your
You're betrothed.
yeah,
Well, it would be a drawing, but
Yeah, it would be-
it
like-
would be a sketching.
a sketch of a girl you gave a promise
It's
ring to.
It's a caricature you got done on a boardwalk. Like her face is all stupid and
She's on like on sand buggy. And she's like, fucking big nose or whatever.
and she doesn't take another guy. She just waits by that window for another 30 years for you to come back, and
she's
then
like,
gets a
"I'm
letter be like, "Oh, he
horny."
died 20 years ago."
yeah. She waits it out.
Well, thank God I'm old and fat now. That's awesome. If you had to go back to a time period that was wartime, not necessarily you had to fight in the war, but like it was that time. Is there one that you like romanticize?
But do I get to pick? Am I just like
Yeah,
a
but
guy,
you get to pick
or
the
can
war
I
you go
be
in?
like? Can I like pick
Whatever's
what I
the
am?
better answer, we're on your podcast.
Well, I mean, listen. I want to know the rules to your
Yeah,
question.
yeah,
I don't know, man. Here's the thing: is like, as a dude, it's fun to be like, yeah, I do romanticize the Napoleonic era. I would love to go back and like see what that looked like and be a part of it. But like, it is war. It's like
Yeah.
all of it is immoral. I will say that. If I had to be a part of something, I guess like maybe medieval times, like even being a Viking or like
Ooh, okay.
a raider, a Germanic raider would be nice because you're victimizing people who also victimize people. So it's like, this is fine.
Yeah, I'm okay with this.
I show up and kill you guys, but you also show up and kill other people.
Yeah.
So who cares?
It's a Spider-Man meme.
Yeah, that's fun.
Okay, I like
You
that.
get to go on adventures.
Yeah, man.
You get to fight with your friends.
Adventures with your boys.
Yeah, you got a sword. That's pretty cool. I think
I want to do a 13th Warrior with my boys.
Yeah, exactly. Being in the line of battle is not something I think I would want to do. I don't think seeing one of the few apocalyptic scenes of history would be what I want to be a part
Here's
of.
what I want to
Yeah.
be. I want to be Cain hitting Abel in the back of the head with a rock. Just like, God, he likes your stuff more.
Yeah.
The first war.
Dude, when I was a kid, I was convinced that Cain killed Abel for a girl, and someone was like, "No, it's just because God like talked to him." And I was like, "This is stupid. Who would kill their brother over that
idiot.
shit?"
For a woman, sure.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
A
for-
woman liked him more. that
Yeah,
makes sense. Well,
yeah.
I mean, unless God's a woman.
Dude, well, maybe
Don't
they
even
both.
get me fucking started, bro.
Yeah, dude, they both sucking God off, and then the one was like, God was like, dude, Abel gives better head.
Abel gives better
And
top.
Cain is like, no, dude, I'm putting in work out here.
Yeah, I got the sloppy toppy for God.
I got the sloppy toppy for God, and then he just fucking
That's a
hit him
great
with a
bumper
rock.
sticker. Sloppy toppy for God.
Sloppy toppy for God. Dude, what kind of dude? A rock. They say it was just a rock, but you think he tied it to anything?
No, I think he just had it in his hand.
Dude, so many
You can
people
kill someone with just a rock.
So many of the
Brutal.
famous murders in the Bible happen with rocks. Because David killed Goliath,
Goliath
with
with
a rock.
the little like spinny rock. It's like
a sling.
a sling, but it's not a slingshot. It's a sling. It has a little pocket in the middle, and then you hold the other end, and you spin it, and you let go of one of the ends. Right?
Yeah.
That seems
Famously
fun.
killed a lot of people.
Wow.
Yeah, they used to have like whole regiments of so you would show up for like war, and then there'd be like 30 guys would come out of the bushes with those and
Damn.
fucking kill 5 of you, and then they would run away.
So funny.
Or they hurt you so bad that you can't fight because you're like, I can't fight in the war. Someone broke my hand with a rock.
God. Infantry looks like a kid's birthday party. Like, all right, here you go, little slingshots for everyone. All right, here's a red one, a blue one. You can kill 4 or 5 guys.
There's like a story back in the day because back in the day there was no cavalry. They didn't fight on horses because horses were so expensive. It would be the equivalent of if like everyone had a fighter jet. Like it just doesn't happen.
Everyone's in a Bugatti. And you're like, "Fuck."
Yeah. So they didn't want to use the horses because they were so expensive. And this one general was on a horse and someone just fucking killed his horse with a sling. And he's like, God damn, war's over.
Yeah.
They killed my fucking
Oh,
horse.
real cool, guys.
Okay.
Having a simple war.
Yeah.
And you guys had to make it personal.
I thought we were going to kill a couple thousand people, and you hit my horse in the head with a rock.
That's
So-
my new horse, man.
War's over.
Real cool.
Dude, just,
This is why we can't have nice things.
just like fucking killed his horse.
I hope that horse got a statue.
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
Just
That'd be funny if the horse got a statue, but it's a horse riding a horse. Like, it's that horse riding just a horse. To celebrate the horse's life. The bravery of that horse. I also think horse is the funniest word in the English language.
Really?
I think it's the
It's a
funniest
good
word.
one.
I think
It's
it's
an-
so
it's a-
funny. Horse.
They're funny looking animals too. They don't seem natural to me.
Yeah, they seem like a drawing come to life.
Well, you can't even draw horses.
Yeah, I mean, you can't.
Dude,
You-
people.
yeah, you could draw a horse.
Yeah, I'm a good
That's
artist.
guess what the YouTube artwork for this is going to be Diego's hand drawing of
I'll
a
fucking
horse.
do it. I got a whiteboard. I'll draw a horse right now. No
You can draw a
erases.
horse.
I'll do it right.
You can draw a horse
I can do it
from
fine.
memory.
From memory.
Dude, there's
Am I
like
drawing a specific horse?
Dude, there's like 5 white women listening to this podcast. Like, Diego's so hot.
Yeah.
right now. Fuck,
You
that's
could draw
so
a horse
hot.
from memory?
Oh, draw me a horse, daddy.
Draw me a horse.
Dude,
That's fun.
horses are fun.
They are
There's
fun.
I mean, militarily they're cool. I like horses because they've caused like an insurmountable amount of human suffering, and no one thinks about it. You see a horse and you go, "Oh, that's cool," and you don't realize that like a horse is without horses, like millions of people get to live.
Why?
Because the militarily they like changed the game and they just made it so that like the cavalry would do most of the killing.
Understood.
Yeah.
I thought you meant more. I thought it was more like a people killed to be able to take those horses, which I'm sure they did as well. But that's not
Oh,
the main
big time
thing.
Wild West theme, killing and robbing
how-
horses.
Are you a fan of Westworld?
I saw the first season. It was fun.
Oh, sorry, I meant the movie.
Oh no,
The
I've
OG
never,
movie?
I've never seen it.
I think you should watch it. It's
Watch it.
phenomenal.
We'll have a movie night later.
We'll have a movie like it's so good, but also Yul Brynner plays like the main robot, and he's
Okay.
fucking. I mean, he already looks like a robot.
Robot.
Oh no!
Don't spoil
it.
Wait, what? Oh, okay. Oops. It says in the fucking opening scene, but also James Brolin's dad or Josh Brolin's dad is in it.
Oh, okay.
His dad's name is James Brolin, and it looks exactly like him. So you're watching the
Whoa,
movie and
really?
you're like, how? When was this shot again? Like your brain keeps telling
Yeah.
you this is a newer movie, but it's really good. I thought you would like it because again, it's robots and science fiction.
I
and
love
West.
Wild West stuff.
Yeah.
Science fiction Wild West is my favorite. Weird West. as they
Another
call it.
actor like that is Clint Eastwood's son, except Clint Eastwood's son, he looks just like Clint Eastwood, but if he'd been nourished.
Yeah,
He,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
grew
yeah.
up,
Had
like-
good clean drinking water
yeah.
as a child.
It's so funny to be like, wow, you're just whiter and have muscles.
Yeah. It's so funny looking at old movies of like action stars, and you're like a fucking little bitch.
Yeah,
Like, Clint Eastwood or Charles Bronson, just like old feeble men that are like kind of like everyone's like scared of.
when you say old, they're like in their late 20s, and they have like just wrinkly faces.
Yo, dude,
which
they look
so
they're blown out from
I
just
know.
eating whiskey
Not
for
only-
breakfast.
Yeah, not only did they not
Which-
moisturize, they would sleep with dehumidifiers shooting in their face.
It just makes what Arnold Schwarzenegger was up to back then 20 times more impressive.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh shit, he was huge, and compared to every other actor back in
Dude,
the 70s.
imagine what a god he was.
Yeah.
Because
he's still- yeah,
one now a lot of people figured it out. It's just kind of like Instagram. Every girl's hot. A lot of guys
Yeah.
are yoked now.
Yeah.
And like also, steroids are easier to get and but in plastic surgery or whatever. But back then, dude, Arnold Schwarzenegger, dude, everyone was like small. He's just like
he just shows up.
I just feel like he walked into any room, people would just start screaming.
dude.
I've never seen a person that's this much.
Wasn't there a guy like that in the 30s? He's like the classic, like, hold the round barbells above his
There's a
head.
couple
Big
guys, yeah, yeah.
back then.
Just like,
But they
You were in a circus sideshow.
yeah, but
Yeah.
what Arnold was able to really take to the next level was like the symmetry and the
Mhm.
architecture of it, and like being super like symmetrical in a very extrapolated way. But like, there's giant guys back in the day. It's just no one looked that
perfect.
They all
fucking
look like the
drawn.
Big Show. They all
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
like huge, but they look like they fucking were also just full of donuts.
They
or
all have
whatever.
that one-piece bathing suit that has one strap for some reason. It
Yeah,
just goes
yeah.
up one side.
Arnold was like in just like a fucking tiny shorts, and he was just shredded.
Dude, the funniest scene in Pumping Iron is when he goes to the prison and starts like flexing for all the prisoners, and they like it, and they're just like, "Yeah, hell yeah, Arnold, you're big as hell." And two of the guys are just like, "That's a beautiful man. That's a beautiful body that man has."
dude, it's even as like a straight guy in a non-sexual way, when someone's that shredded
Yeah,
and
man.
cut, you're just like, dude, fucking
Nailed
sick,
it.
bro.
You nailed it, dude.
Yeah, you're fucking doing
I
it,
didn't even
dog.
realize I wanted to look like that, and now
Yeah.
I'm failing at it.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah. Dude, he's just flexing for prisoners.
I watch Pumping Iron, I don't know, 3 times a month probably.
really? Just get you hyped?
Yeah, man, it really gets you. Like when I know I have to work out, but I don't feel like it. I'm just like, all right, fucking Pumping Iron, let's go.
That's so
Oh.
funny. I don't even want to say what I watch.
Let's hear it.
I watch Dragon Ball Z videos.
Dude,
You and every black guy.
no, I know.
Talking about sleeping with a pillow shaped like a woman, dude. It's fine. Watching a cartoon show is not the weirdest thing you do.
It's so funny. 'cause
Holding a woman between a woman, it's fucking insane.
no, it's a threesome technically.
There
It's
you
a 2D
go.
woman in between your 3D woman.
Yeah.
So you're living the dream.
It's weird. The weirder part is that I trust the pillow more than the real person.
That's
That's
not
what you
weird.
shouldn't have said. You shouldn't have said that.
No.
That really divided the room.
oh no.
What do you mean? That's the pillow. You know where it stands. It'll never backstab you. You can put the
No,
pillow
look,
behind you.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying it's one of those things you shouldn't say out loud.
no,
Because
you're-
it means you worry about it. You know, it's like me. I'm like, I don't even lock my door when I go to sleep. It's like, yeah, why would you lock your door? You're in your bedroom with your like apart. Like,
I
it
have
would
to-
make it seem like I think about you guys hurting me or something.
I have to lock my door because Shayne has been known to walk in
Oh
while I'm
my
doing stuff.
God.
Oh, wouldn't it-
no!
wow.
I walked in on Mac beating off one time.
How long ago was this?
I
Yesterday?
I was knocking on his door and he didn't hear it because he
Yeah,
was,
it was like-
had his phone in his face, lit in the porn,
Trying
was
to fall
drowning
asleep.
out. So this is how
Oh
Mac
my
jacks off. He lays naked on his bed, dude.
Awesome move.
And he holds his phone
Yeah.
up with one hand, and it was in the darkness. So like,
Yeah.
he was just the sound was drowning out my
Yeah.
knock. So
And it's just my breathing.
so
Getting out of breath. You know how like black comedians have to have a towel on stage. You just have a towel next to you you have a towel for coming, a towel for your head getting sweaty.
Also, Mac didn't have anywhere to put. I don't know what you do with your cum.
I don't know what you do with your cum.
What do
Is
you-
a beautiful sentence.
What you doing? You got a towel. You got a sock. You got your stomach. Wherever you have options.
Your stomach.
I think you have options, but that's not a good
Mhm.
thing.
Where do you come?
What do you mean into a special place, dude?
In a special place.
That's
Man, that's not an answer I thought you were gonna say. I love that. That's a beautiful in a
Diego.
special place.
I don't
Now
know.
it seems like you do something much weirder than
Yeah, I don't know.
coming on his own stomach.
No, I usually come into like a fucking napkin, dude.
There you go. Yeah.
All right.
You have an old
I just-
handkerchief you pull out. of your
Yeah,
pocket.
dude. I make it a these days. If I'm gonna jack off, I like make it a whole thing. You know, I like it. I get some stuff. I go down. I like lock the door. I light a
You
candle.
gotta
I
lock the
fucking-
door.
Yeah,
lock
you
the
gotta lock the door. I
Just
fucking,
don't come to my room. If I'm in my room, just assume I'm jacking off.
That's what I thought. I thought I used to live free like you.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! I'm knocking. I literally was like, Mac. Like I knocked several times loud, and then Mac is like, it just in there, and
It's
it's
in the
just-
zone.
with the thing
I
in his
gotta be
face,
honest.
just drowning it out. Oh,
This is on you.
Yeah.
no.
If someone doesn't answer the door, don't open the door.
I don't know. Here's the thing. When I opened the door, I meant to open it only a little bit and be like, hey, buddy. And
But
just
you
like,
just
no.
you opened the
So
full-
I opened it a little bit
Camera
and
running.
like a draft like yanked the door open like
Awesome.
a medieval
Yes.
door, like a fucking saloon door, dude.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
just blew open, and then Mac was like,
You're just seeing tainted balls.
It was
and
so
then-
funny because it took him a full second to be pulled out of it. It's like, and then the door blows open and he goes, and I was like, my bad. Oh no.
It really shows you who you are in those
Dude.
seconds.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, no.
Have you ever been, dude? I got caught beating off by my ex-wife once. Like she left
Yeah.
and
Was she your ex-wife at this point?
no.
Funnier if she was.
It would be funny.
You're just in her home when she lives with someone else.
I've only been caught jacking off one time, and it was by her. And
Oh.
she left, and I thought she like went to work or whatever. And I was like in my living room, so I just started to jack off on the computer, and then she came back
Wait,
in, and I
did
was so
she-
ashamed.
Was that her computer?
No, it was my computer.
Oh,
Were
okay.
you looking
then,
at
yeah.
anything like extra weird?
No.
Have you ever been caught, Diego?
I got caught kind of once when I was a kid because my parents had the computer in their room.
Whoa,
Yeah, you gotta
whoa.
get in
And I was
there,
like,
dude.
In their room.
In their bedroom. And I was like, well, let's see what's fucking happening on this website.
Yeah.
And I'm like, these fucking pop-ups, man. And she's like, I don't know. Okay. She like left the room.
Oh, she was very like I believed you when you got caught.
I think so, but I also don't care.
She probably just knew and
She
was
probably
like,
knew.
"Yeah, he's a young man."
He's a young man.
Your parents are smart and kind.
Yeah,
hers are very kind. No, I-
like
I had the
they're
weird religious
so
parents.
smart.
Yeah, I don't think I've been caught ever since, except when I do it in front of people when they ask me to.
Yeah, that doesn't count as caught.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's what I want to do.
I do- I do
want
this-
you to start. I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna turn back around. I'm gonna be surprised.
Yeah. Oh, you got me. No, it's been a while. Mike knocked on my door once. I'm like, God damn it, what do you fucking want now? That's it.
Last time I jacked off.
So wait, he knocked and then waited.
He knocked and then and waited.
I've had Mac knock on the door and I'm jacking off a bunch of times, and I'm like, God damn
Everybody
it.
now to get even, he keeps trying to just open your door. but
Dude, he
catch
did
you.
for a while. He was trying to bust in. And
That's a
find
smart
me,
move.
dude.
Yeah. You got to make it even.
I
You
did-
gotta
yeah,
have
I
a
did-
fair
I had to.
friendship.
It's true. You could catch me jacking off, dude.
I know, but I. I don't
It's
need
on my
to.
free cams.
You've almost caught me having sex a couple times. You almost caught me getting head once too.
What?
Yeah, because that would just be like.
Did he walk into the front door?
No,
Yeah.
well, we used,
Downstairs at the
Come
entryway of the
on.
building.
we used to live in a place that was just like 2-3
Yeah, yeah.
rooms, you know, and so I would be in the living room like watching something, and then Mac would be asleep, and I'd be with my girlfriend at the time, and then she would,
That's fair.
she would start to suck on my pee-pee. It'd be very cool.
Oh, for pleasure.
For pleasure.
That's great.
Mhm.
Yeah, dude.
For her pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she said she liked it,
Yeah,
so
of course
and
they
I
always say
believed
that. I
her.
don't
You know
believe
what?
him.
I was gonna say that's fair. If it's in the living room and you get caught, there's no shame in that.
No.
I'm gonna dude, I want to get head in this living room.
You haven't yet.
No.
All right.
I love how judgmental he is being for someone who hasn't a girl here yet.
You guys don't know.
That's true. Okay, fair. Have you?
We don't
No.
know. But
All right.
Not yet.
Yeah, that's a different game. But the jacking off or the doing anything in the living room was always a funny thing where it's like, who do you think you are? A person who lives alone? Like, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
you're
yeah.
roommates. You don't get to have this fantasy yet. Sorry.
Yeah.
Unless we're like all of us leave for something, but one person stays back.
No, I think if half of us leave, if one of us leaves the house, if there's 3 people,
Uh huh.
I think you're okay.
Okay.
You can Shayne's in that room. one of you is down. I'm like, all right, I could probably
Get away with it.
I could probably
To completion? You
I have
think you
one
can finish?
ear for every person in the house.
I'm gonna start running it from my room to the living room every time. It's I sound like the cat, just like coming down.
Coming down the stairs.
I do like to sneak around sometimes.
Oh, well, you got the perfect shoes for it.
Yeah, dude.
You have to sneak around.
No, I like to.
Oh
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
No, he
quietly
likes
to
it.
see what you're up to. I can hear you.
You can hear me in my room just.
Yeah, listening to your.
Sleeping. That's how I sleep. Just.
Oh, shit. You have to sit up and take breathers while you're sleeping.
Yeah.
Do you think you're gonna like wearing a sleep apnea mask?
I think I would love it.
Mm.
Not going to sleep, but.
How do you sleep when you're with a woman, Mac?
Just on my back.
Where does she go?
Just in my arm nook.
Does she like
Oh,
cuddle
the
you?
crook.
Oh, you're a cuddler?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
And-
you're a cuddler.
And then like I think like an hour or two, and I'll still like.
Yeah, that's normal.
That's
That's
totally
normal. You
normal.
gotta do it. Nothing's
Yeah.
worse than when you like, okay, it's time to separate. We're too hot. It's like fall asleep time, and then they're like, no, and they like force you back, and you're like, bitch, I was
No,
fucking.
that's rude. Yeah.
Yeah, I was asleep the whole way, and you
But-
woke me up to cuddle me. I'll kill you.
The watching TV, hers on your chest. We both fall asleep, and then you wake up and you're like, oh, yeah. You turn off the TV, and they feel that, and then they kind of roll off of you, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
A fucking phenomenal thing.
Oh, that's the best.
I'm
Nothing's
not lonely.
hey. Me neither, man. I'm very happy. I'm not sad. I didn't cry at the skate park yesterday and get caught by
Woo!
teenagers.
I got something in my eye from the grindage. I don't know, man.
I was at the skate park. There's two parts of the skate park. You can go to either part at night.
This is
'cause
your
it's
secret indoor skate park.
Yeah, it's open 24 hours a day if you have like a special membership. So I usually go and I'm the only one there late, like at 3 a.m. I'm skating by myself, my favorite shit. So I'm there, and there's one part that's a big speaker you can Bluetooth attach to.
Very cool.
So I attach to the Bluetooth. I'm skating the mini ramp, which is a very fun, super relaxing, chill. You know, I'm like not doing anything crazy. I'm just enjoying myself. I'm kind of in my own head. I had a weird day yesterday. I said goodbye to someone who's very sad. And so I'm like feeling sad. I'm in my feelings. I'm feeling very lonely. Think about love, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, you know what? I'm alone. I'm hanging out.
Yeah.
I'm skating. I feel, and I'm sad, but it's fine.
You let your toxic masculinity down.
I let my toxic masculinity down. Big speakers. They blast the fucking music in this whole like warehouse.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm attached. I go, I'm throwing the sad playlist on.
There you go.
We got some Sia. We got some fucking, dude, we're crying. I'm fucking, on this playlist is also Yellow Card.
Oh.
Interesting. Throwback.
What's that one song?
I'm not gonna know the
If
answer.
Something binds you there, we could be together. That one?
Yeah.
I don't know what the song is.
Anyway, and that's like a weird sad song for me for some
That's
reason.
their
So
only song.
that song is on.
Okay.
I'm having
No,
I'm
that's
just like a little.
Dude, that's like a first teen love breakup. I love you song.
Yeah, and I got the nostalgia going, so I'm sitting there listening to like the very beginning of the song, and I was like kind of like tearing up, and I'm just like by myself, like
Ocean Avenue.
I'm healthy, I'm being healthy,
Yeah.
and I'm chilling, and then I hear the door like, and I'm like, oh, like a fucking crazy person or a homeless guy's like trying to break in or whatever, they're not gonna get in. It's like a door that's really hard to open. And then the door opens and I could hear it, but I'm like, I can't see it because I'm in the ramp. And I'm sitting there and I'm just like, oh, fuck, I'm going to have to like fight a guy who just broke in here or whatever. And then I hear this huge group of people and one of them goes, who the fuck is in here? Like jokingly, because they just didn't think anyone would be in here. And then they skate so fast before I can like get my composure. And it's like 9 14-year-old
Oh my God.
kids, and one of them was like, you crying? You crying?
Wait,
and then
wait,
I'm
wait.
embarrassed from the music.
Of course, yeah.
And then there's like girls with them and shit, and I was just like,
Don't.
no.
That's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing here today.
And then one kid like goes up to the speaker and doesn't even ask me if I'm the one who put the music on, and he just turns his music. He like
Oh, that's
unpaired-
rude.
I was so mad.
That's
but
rude as
I was
shit.
like, I gave him the benefit of the doubt that he just thought that it was music and not me personally. Like he just thought it was like the skate
House-
park music.
yeah.
Yeah. But I was like, oh my fucking. So they just like took it over and they're all yelling and having a good time. But the one kid, yo, you crying? Like yelling at me. And I was
man,
just
life's
like,
hard. You
Don't
don't
worry.
oh my
understand.
God.
Don't worry. He'll have to face World War III.
Yeah, he's gonna go on the
And
front lines.
He won't get to skate in his 30s. So
Yeah,
that's
we're
the
too
yellow
old to be
card.
drafted. He can go fuck himself.
Yeah, dude. And
Well,
I was just
he might
like,
get drafted. You're in good health.
That's
They'll need a
true.
lot of bodies for World War III.
That's a good point.
No, the World War III is ladies only.
Oh, I respect
Oh.
that.
We're doing
Finally.
ladies' night finally.
A ladies' night.
Yeah, dude. Women only. Women and robots, I guess.
Drones free till 11.
But yeah, they didn't make fun of me. But the one kid was like, "You crying?" And I was like, "No." And then I just left because I felt weird.
Of course you felt weird. You're
And
by
I
yourself.
went to the other side, and then I was like kind of emasculated, and I literally was
Yeah.
like, "Those kids turned off my music. I should go back there and fuck them up." And I was like, "What is wrong with me?"
Yeah, man.
And then I went to the other area of the skate park. So it's like, well, I want to keep skating, and I went in that area, and then there was two really older skaters, and one of them was yelling at the other guy, and the other dude was crying.
Jesus Christ.
And I was just like, the vibes in the skate park are
Bad.
all fucked up tonight. And the one dude goes, "I gave you money so you could buy your wife a present, and you spent it." And then I was just
Jesus.
like, oh my God, I shouldn't even be here. So then I had to take my rollerblades off. Nothing's weirder than taking off rollerblades while another dude's admonishing another guy.
Dude, I've done it a
Yeah.
lot.
And I'm just like, all right, here we go. And
I've
it's-
cried taking off rollerblades.
Oh, dude. many
Rollerblades or
times.
skates?
Skates.
Yeah, just because of your
Yeah,
hockey days.
I failed winning championships and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Very
so then
sad.
I just walked home and I didn't listen to music. I walked home in silence. I was like, dude, what a fucking weird night. And it took me all night until like 9 a.m. to like get the vibes right again. I was
All
like,
night until 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
well, your bedtime at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Your normal bedtime
Yeah.
that you fall asleep every.
Yeah.
Diego walked in at like 5 and he's like, "Is Shane still asleep?" I'm like, "Yeah."
I wasn't asleep. I heard that.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. He
Okay.
goes, did Shane wake up yet? And then you went.
Whenever you go past 2 p.m., I get a little worried.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, all right, 2 p.m., I can give you the benefit of the
No,
doubt.
I was awake. I was
Okay.
I was
That's fine.
stretching and looking on my phone.
I feel like you see a lot of people crying in New York.
You do, but not at the skate park.
Mm.
And not after you were also crying, because I was like, oh, this is so fun. I was just like, oh, the vibes are terrible in this place.
I remember I had a rough night one time on the 'cause I was working graveyards and I came back on the subway and this one song just started hitting me in the feels. I started just weeping in morning like rush hour traffic because I'm going home and everyone's going to work.
Okay.
Yeah.
This very large black lady sitting directly across from me was just staring at me, crying on the subway, and I was just
Brutal.
like, "Sorry, this is what you get this morning."
Oh, dude, I cried on the subway last time. I broke up with my girlfriend at the time. This was right when the pandemic was starting.
Mhm.
Like before it started, where people were wearing masks. But like, so anyway, I'm there and I'm crying, and people were talking about Corona or whatever, and I start to cry, and I'm standing on the busy subway, and I'm like, literally like ugly cry, like trying to hold it in, but I'm just like, and this one dude goes, "Oh, get the fuck away from me, bro!" And I was like, "Oh, come on!"
No, it's worse. I'm broken.
Yeah, I was like, I'm crying.
No, my body isn't sick. My brain is.
You ever cry in public here in New York?
No. I don't really
Never
have. No, I haven't cried in public in New York.
He hasn't cried.
good for
He
you.
hasn't
I was
cried
gonna say, like,
since
have I cried
sports.
while living in New York? Yeah, I've cried living in New York.
Yeah, you have to.
Uh,
You don't get by living here without
not
crying.
in public. I got broken up with for the 7th time by the same person in Tompkins
Ooh.
Square Park, and I got a little like upset, but I didn't cry.
Whenever I break up with someone, even if it's like, "Oh, I'm deciding this, and you're a bad person, and I don't like," I still like.
Sure.
Why am I crying?
Oh, me too, man. I'm so bad at goodbyes.
Yeah. I want to make sure that doesn't come off as braggadocio of like I didn't cry. No, I just like I'm broken. I'm not. It's a bad thing. I wish I could cry more often. I wish I could, because I'm a vulnerable. I think I've gotten really good at being vulnerable emotionally, but it's still just like,
Dude, next time I'm crying, I'm just gonna come up to your room. I'm gonna catch you jacking off,
Sure.
Yeah.
and then you're gonna cry.
yeah, we'll see.
That'll be fun. Well, you got anything to plug, Diego?
I have a podcast called The Little Time Podcast with my best friend and our also roommate, Micah Brucey. But please follow me on Twitter and Instagram. It's this Diego Lopez. Thank you so much. I love you.
There it is.
Yeah, and we have a rate and review Cowboy Boys on iTunes.
Yep.
Wherever else you can rate and review us, you can email us at cowboyboys.
You can rate and review us on WikiFeet.
You can.
Yeah,
if
you can.
if you
I
take
think I have a
the-
WikiFeed article.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Do
my
you
feet are up.
really?
I might.
Wow. Give Shane 4 stars and then take a picture of my feet and give me 5 stars.
Yeah.
On Wiki. I actually have really good feet.
I have terrible feet.
You do.
Genuinely.
I have good feet.
They're gross and terrible. And I also recently had to cut open my feet.
I remember that. That was
We
gross.
love that, dude.
Yeah, so.
And then subscribe to our Patreon. Also, A Little Time has a Patreon.
A Little Time, patreon.com/A Little Time Pod. We're having a real fun time over there.
They're having a
Yeah,
fire
yeah,
sale.
yeah.
right
Please
now.
help me.
Patreon.com/cowboyboys. And then also, hey, if you were looking forward to going on the cruise, you probably already know that it's moved in February. But that's something to
your
look
shows?
into. Yeah, I have shows
Yeah, just go
on
to
a
your
cruise
website.
ship with Robert Zombert. But they were
Robert.
moved. So, anyway, I fucking love you guys. Thank you so much for your support on Patreon. It truly means the world to us.
Tell your friends and family about this podcast.
Yeah.
I love all the comments who have said that. I've got all my coworkers listening to you guys. I really appreciate that. Don't get fired, but whatever you do. As long as if you get fired and keep listening, then that's cool too.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Bob Saget. Apparently, holy shit.
Wow.
Yeah, we broke the news.
Broke the news. Rest in peace, Bob Saget.
Let's talk about that on the Patreon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.